Alright, quick rundown of the Ruby Sapphire any percent tentacle manip. At least the one that we use in the most up-to-date route, the level 64 route. This manip is difficult because the only good tentacle available with a dry battery is very late in terms of RNG frames. It's like around frame 6,000-ish. Or sorry, not 6,000, like 4,000. Um, which means that you either are going to have to wait a while or you're going to have to do a very long manip. So if you don't want to just waste like a minute and a half waiting, this is like the optimal way to do so. The other factor is there are methods that generate encounters. Method 1 is very common, and the Method 1 version of this tentacle has pretty bad special attack. It has 2 IVs, and worse, I don't know if it has worse attack, but it has worse defenses as well, I think. Method 4, which is less common, has 27 special attack IVs, and better defenses. But the special attack makes a huge difference for this route. So if you don't get the right method, this route is a lot worse than the old level 100 route. With the old level 100 route, either method was pretty much fine because you just one-shot pretty much anything anyways. So this manip becomes a lot harder because it's a long manip and you have to get method 4, which there's a lot of weird stuff that goes into that in terms of NPC movement, and it has to do with like V blanks and stuff like that. But I'll just show off how it actually works. So after the double battle on the bridge, you're going to want to turn frame and save so that you're facing down when you load your save. And then you're going to want to press continue on frames 446 to 450. So it's a 5-frame window. These are like the movements to see if you got it are in the notes that you can compare it to. So on 447, and you're just gonna walk for this whole section. No running, just walking. Just like this, and this bullet seed guy should go down, left, down. Just like that. Then, once you enter the forest, you're gonna run the whole time. You're gonna turn around the trees like this. And then, you're gonna walk. So, it's a little bit of like, you just alternate. You start out walking the whole way, then you run once you go to the next section, then you walk again. And then here is where it gets a little harder. You want to start running on this grass tile that I'm crossing into right now. So I'm gonna hold B like once I'm moving into this tile, and it should look like that. So I'll do it in real time just to show. So you're walking, walking, running there. You're gonna go down and around the house like this, go to the bottom of the beach like this, hug along the trees, go in between the sign, go right into the Pokemon Center, immediately back out, so you should be buffering that. And then you're just gonna, for the rest of this, you're running the whole time until you actually do the glitch. So you're just gonna run, follow that same path. The way that you do like jump over the ledge like this does make a difference, where you jump here and then run down. You do need to run down to the bottom and then go around the sign like this. You're gonna go up, and then once you make it to this tile, you're gonna pause. You're gonna take the mail from Abra. You're gonna send it to your PC like this. You have a decent amount of wiggle room because you're waiting for you have a few seconds of wiggle room before you need to actually start again. And then this is the hard part. This is a 2-frame window at 60 FPS to get the right method. 4260 and I believe 4261 will work. 4259 I don't think will. So 4260, you're going to want to basically you're going to hold right just to buffer your movement, and then you're going to press B on one of these two frames. So I'm buffering B, or I'm buffering right, and then I'm pressing B on this frame. You're going to run right. And then this NPC needs to move down and then up. That is the indication that you got it. Down and then up. And then you're just running this whole time. The only tricky part from here is you want to start walking on this tile. So as I'm crossing onto this tile, I let go of B, and you just walk the whole time. If you don't walk, you will get a wingle instead. So you want to, just let go of B, like right here. Just hold right, and you'll get it. You can see this is the good method. Has really good stats. It's level 35, which is the maximum level you can catch here. And then I'll show that that works for 4261 as well. Down and then up with the NPC, you get the same method. One thing I might not have mentioned, you should have 4 Pokemon in your party for this to work. Otherwise, things like step count can mess you up. Just to show what happens on some of the other frames, 4259, you'll get a Poochyena in that third tile of grass, and it'll be female. So that's something you can look out for as like an indicator if you're adjusting your offsets. And then 4262 the NPC will move right instead, and you can still get the Tentacool with the same movement, but you can see it's only got 2 IVs, and worse speed, worse special defense. It's still runnable. The notes don't really account for it, but you can play around it. But it's going to be a lot slower. Compared to the good method. It's not a bad idea if you want to continue a run and you get these bad stats to just go to level 100 instead, because it's still pretty fast. But yeah, what we're looking for this route is either 4260 or 4261. The NPC should move down and then up, and we should have 53 special attack is like what I like to look for if I'm like checking the stats. As for the yoloball, this still needs, my offsets aren't very good for this, so you might have to tweak it yourself. But the frame window that I like is an 8-frame window, so not too bad. Should be pretty doable once you find a good offset. But I press throw on 5631, like this. And you can see the RNG call is here, and you have this whole line of catch window to catch the Tenta. And I'll show like the later frames, like 5638. You can see when the RNG call happens, it's like right at the end of that window. I believe that 39 will not work just because of how the RNG happens to advance, but yeah, so 39 is too far. So it's an 8-frame window basically. And this is with a Pokeball. There are better windows with a Great Ball, but you don't always have a Great Ball because you kind of want to use it to catch a wild Pokemon earlier. So that's another issue where maybe it's better to save a Great Ball for a better window, but we haven't really looked into that. And yeah, that's the Manip. I'll run through it one more time just to demonstrate it all at once. Should be modest, level 35, female, clear body, and then these are the stats. Yeah, just one more kind of all at once demonstration. So we'll go like 448, any of those 5 frames will work at the start. You're walking the whole time on this section. Just go below her. The NPC stays right, which is fine. It's the indication for this frame. You're gonna run the whole time through the woods. Start walking again once you leave the woods. Run here. Basically the 5th tile from the right. Go down to the bottom of the beach. Turn as soon as you can. Go between the sign, into the center, back out of the center. Up through the grass, down at the tree, all the way down, below the sign, up at the flower. Pause, remove the mail. Gonna wait for a couple seconds. Gonna be holding right and then press and hold B once you get to your timing, basically. So holding right, going to press and hold B, and then I'll unpause. See the down and the up. Make sure that really all you're looking for is him to move down, but start walking on that tile. You'll get the good Tenta. Throw around this frame will work. 5633 is towards the middle. 5634, those are like right in the middle of the offset. Just nickname it A for sake of speed. And then the reason why we went in the Pokemon Center is so that we can teleport back there without having to go through the grass again. So once you do that, swap Tenta to the front, teleport, and then you are on your way. And step count doesn't matter after that, so no need to worry after that point. And yeah, I think that's it. I'll link the documents that I have for this in the description, just in case you need to see like the frames and stuff like that, and I'll link my offsets as well.